Yo! What's good? It's Chandler G. Hayes, formerly known as Chairman House of Barf. What's going on? I've been up, checked the markets this morning. Looks like the markets were jumping. One I was looking at was GPS, Gap Inc., ticker symbol GPS. I looked at it and I don't know what's going on with it. It recently just jumped up to like $30. GPS has been on my radar since Kanye West had joined GPS. So that's kind of what brought GPS to my attention. But I'm like, what's going on with it having these jumps? And then, not too long ago, it looks like around March, it went from, about $22, jumped up to about, let's just say about $29, went back down to about 19 approximately. Now it's jumped up to about 30. And I'm just like, what is going on with GPS? What's the news? And, let's go ahead and take a look at some of this news. Let me see. The Gap Inc. shares jump over 28% after reporting strong quarterly results. This is by Benzinga Newsware. They wrote this on June 3rd. That's today. Actually, it's June 3rd. Approximately about 10:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it looks like this is by Benzinga News. This was written on May 31st. U.S. stocks trade mostly lower midway through trading. The NASDAQ composite falling approximately about 1.5% on Friday. But let's jump forward to, where's GPS? The GPS shares also gaining about 25% to $28.07 after reporting strong quarterly results. So it looks like they just had a strong quarter. I lose track of what quarter we're in. I believe we're in the second quarter, so that must have been good first quarter reports. So, shout out to GPS. Again, that's Gap Inc. Just taking a look, NVIDIA, of course, is on a tear at approximately $1,100, $1,137. That's fantastic news. So yeah. Well, I feel bad for anybody who's shorting it. Anybody who said that they were going to short it, that is, as I feel for them. But for everybody else, that's fantastic news. That they're doing their thing. What else is going on out here in the news? Just taking a look. Let's go. I'm gonna pull up CNBC real quick. Just see what they're talking about. Okay, they're on a commercial break. Yeah. Other than that, everything's going really well. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love and the freaking support. I have to give y'all are awesome. Like, it's getting to a point now. I've been told y'all, I try not to look at the analytics. It's something I try not to do. I really do. Try not to look at the analytics. But every now and then I'm sitting there, I'm laying in my bed, and I say to myself, oh, I know I created a podcast. Let me just see if anybody's listening. Let me just see if anybody may have touched it. Just take a look at it. And I'll go take a look, and it'd be like 10 people. I don't know. I know some of y'all may not have been following me very long. Back in the day, it'd be 1-2 people. I got so used to that. I got so used to it. Now I say, let me just go see if anybody listened to the Chandler G. Hayes podcast. Now it's totally different. Right now, let me pull up. So about 2 weeks ago, Right now, CNBC is talking about the Hilton Worldwide, ticker symbol HTL. Oh, I'm sorry, HLT. I apologize, HLT. And it looks like the CEO is discussing the demand of travel.
It does, broadly. I would say we expect to see growth in the summer season.
So talking about the growth of hotels. So I have no idea of travel. So besides travel, we talk about hospitality with, Carnival, with Uber, with AMC, just different things like that. When you think about hospitality, not just the hotels, sometimes people can separate these different entities. Like, what does AMC have to do with hospitality? There's probably even things I'm not thinking about. But let's just say that you're taking a trip down to Orlando, Florida, and you got tickets to Disney World or Universal or whatever, but you're down there for 7 to 14 days, depending on how well you're doing. And you may just want to stop by the local AMC, or you may want to stop by the local Chipotle. They just showed a picture of different things to think about when you're also thinking about hospitality, and I missed it. But also think about things like, I think it's Roku, who knows, what carrier your hotel may use, or your Airbnb, so it's just different things you think about when you think about hospitality. But let me go ahead and pull up these analytics. Oh, my bad.
But as well with our small luxury.
I just want to share some of these analytics with y'all. And also, as I share these, just understand that also it's about not quitting. I've been doing this for like a year. I do talk about it, that I started podcasting about 6 years ago. My first podcast was called The Breaks. And believe it or not, I got sponsorship on The Breaks. I can't remember who the sponsors were, but I cannot seem to find one single sponsor for Channel G Hayes, formerly known as Chairman House of Barf. I cannot find one sponsor. Now, I will say you deal with a lot of negativity. Starting out. When you're in this middle spot, you deal with a lot of negativity. And what is this negativity? What I mean is to say is you deal with, okay, so you've started. Okay, you're not in the point where it's cute anymore. Okay, it's not at the point where you're sitting around with a bunch of homeboys or your homegirls, drinking, smoking some weed, and saying, you know what I want to do? I want to start a podcast. It's not that point anymore. Now you're at the point where, like, say, for example, for me, I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I got the book written. Now I have to deal with a lot of basically like roasting. You know what I'm saying? These are a lot of individuals who now want to talk about, oh, the book this, the book that, oh, what I could have did better. Just various things, same thing with podcasting. So you deal with a lot of individuals who are now out here saying like things like, I can't remember my login. Gosh darn it. I can't even, you know what? I forgot they changed their login. You now have to go through Spotify, if I'm correct. There's no more login to Spotify for podcasters. You have to go through Spotify first, if I'm correct. And then it will take you, gosh darn it. Let me see. Then it will take you to Spotify for podcasters. And I can't even remember my Spotify password. Gosh darn it. Here, give me a second. Let me see if I can get this figured out. But I hope everybody's doing well. Just trying to fill in the space. Gosh, darn it. Yeah, but I really hope y'all had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. Oh, I think I got in and I don't remember how. Gosh darn it. Yeah, that's me. I don't even remember what I just typed in. I just was going crazy. All right, there goes is that my podcast right there? No, not this one. That's not even a podcast. All right. Let me get off of this. All right, Chandler G. Hayes, podcast. Okay, so just a couple weeks ago, I was just talking about how I was like, hey, we just hit, I can't even remember what it was. I think it was, I can't even remember. It was like 800, 900 spins. So the year prior, when I started back in 2023, around the time that I got terminated from my job, which I don't even know what I can touch on or not touch on, but I think me and the ex-job just basically was like, yo, let's just squash this. You know, we'll talk about it another time. But essentially, we just went ahead and we kind of just squashed it. I was thinking about kept pushing it and taking it further and further and further. But I'm at a point in my life right now where I got to start dropping dead weight. I got to drop a lot of weight, literally and figuratively. I'm just like, I got to drop this dead weight. I got too much stuff lingering on. People who are hanging on. And this is what I mean by the negativity. So one way people will try to hang on to you is by putting negativity or what they call constructive criticism into your life. So one reason why I think I wasn't really getting sponsorship is the mere same reason why I didn't want to call my show something like the Chandler G. Hayes podcast. Oh gosh, another, I don't know. I can't think of anybody's name. Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Keith Olbermann, whoever, another one of those. So I'm like, I'm going to call it Chairman House of Barf because this is what it is. It's a house that you can come to. So I'll keep this short because I know that's the way of our generations are now, is that we like to keep everything short. So I'll try to do this. So the last 7 days, the amount of spins that I've gotten over the past 7 days have totaled, I don't know. It's not pulling up. I don't know. It's not pulling up. But regardless, I promise about a couple weeks ago, I was at about 800 spins. Just a couple weeks ago. So I don't know what has happened. I started the year off from April 2023 to about April 2024 at about, I would say, 800 spins. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. We're on track. You know what I'm saying? The first year, actually, I don't even think it was 800. I'm not even sure. I got to go back and listen. Don't quote me on all this. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to look at some of these analytics, and these are just Spotify for podcast audience. But I promise that we started the year off at about 600 spins. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll do good if we can get to 1,200 spins by April 2025. Let's just stay on track. And I think I got to the 600 spins before April 2024. I think I was at 600 spins, January, something like that. So I really do believe by the time we hit April, I probably was around 800 spins. So I was just excited to say, okay, if we can get to, let's just double it, to like 1,600 spins by April next year, and we're on track. We just probably need about however many more spins per quarter. And I think my goal was if we can end off like July or August, something around there, with 1,200 spins, we'll be good, because then we'll be going into just, the next quarter, get to December to get about 1,400 spins, and then January to April we'll be able to get to that 1,600 spins. So I was optimistic. I was good. So now, real quick, but without taking too much more time, now I look at it and we're at approximately 1,050 spins. And that majority of that was done in about 2 to 3 weeks, which is amazing, astronomical. We're going to reach, if I stay on track, we're going to reach 1,200 spins by July, August. And then we're going to go into August at 1,200. By the time we leave December, we just got to be about 14. And then when we go to January to March, we'll hit that 16. And we'll hit that 800 spins per year. We will be good. I got one follower. It took me a whole year to get a follower. Cool. And we're up to about 3 plays per episode, which is amazing. I don't think I've ever been that high consistently. Maybe when I first was dropping episodes, because you don't have that many episodes. But now I'm dropping an episode per day, trying to, and we're up to about 3 plays per episode. Also, we're at a consistent 20 audience members. Consistent. That jumps and drops. Not too long ago, I was at 150 audience members. Something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Impressions are crazy. Impressions are at a steady, let me take about 1,700 divided by 30. We're at about a consistent 60 impressions. People who are just, let me see what impressions means, real quick info. The number of impressions that come across your entire podcast organized by date. It takes up to about 2 days to show the new data. As far as I'm with impressions is, about 60 people per day are coming across my podcast. Now, these analytics are just for Spotify. This is not talking about Apple. I don't even know the analytics for that. I'll try to see if I can find that real quick. If we can, but again, if y'all want to touch base, and let's take it to a topic. The main thing that we can say right now is do not quit. It's getting hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard. It's hard. I just applied for 15 jobs this morning. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. But seriously, I'm working at the local restaurant right now, getting my ass kicked. These people do not play up there, man. These people ain't got no love for you. And I love my people. The majority of the patrons are people of melanin descent. They ain't got no love for you. None. They're a tough group to serve. They're a tough group to serve. And it's all good. I still serve. I do my best. I slipped and fell yesterday on a big soapy piece of water with cups in my hand. It was like a cartoon. I can't even... Man, I'm sitting there. Thank God it was the end of the night and there was only a couple patrons left. Just sipping on their drink. I could even hear... There was this real pretty girl in the background. And I could even hear her say something, fee, fi, fo, bum, or something. I'm like, shut up. All right? Shut your bitch ass up. All right? I'm out here busting my tail, dealing with all these patrons who come in lying about bullshit. They come in lying. Like, they come in. We've been sitting here 15, 20 minutes. Knowing it's a lie. They come in. And what they're doing is, and the funny thing is, You got judgment and intuition for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to look at another platform. I'm trying to log into my I want to see the analytics for another platform because I don't even know how to do that because I don't keep up with any of these other platforms. But yeah, they come in. We've been sitting here and they run you around. Oh, we need lemons in our water. And they do all these things just so that at the end of the night they don't gotta tip you, or they can try to get all their food for free, or whatever it is. And it's heartbreaking. Um, so this morning, as soon as I woke up, 7 a.m. this morning, whatever, applied. I probably applied for about seven, eight jobs that, I got a lot going on. My ex-wife, put a restraining order on me at one point, a protective order. And when it comes to getting employment, a domestic violence thing is not good at all. It's not good. So I'm working on getting that taken care of. And the case was dismissed. So there was no signs of abuse, but still, that's not what people read. That's not what people look at. They go to your case, they look up your background, and you got a protective order. Obviously, there was something. And then I got terminated from my last job. And come to find out, they're not even claiming that they terminated me so that they don't have to pay unemployment or anything. They're claiming because I didn't show up to my last day of work that I quit my job, even though for 2 years they were going around telling me that they were going to terminate me. Like every day for like 2 years, they would tell me this. So the main thing I would say is I quit on myself at FINRA, at my last company. I quit on myself. I should have went those last couple of days. It was probably 5 days that I didn't show up, and it helped them out. It helped them win. Now their team of lawyers, they built a case against me, saying that he didn't show up his last week. And what's funny is this is one thing about when you do what you believe in, or what you do it. Sometimes you may not do it the right way, and it may not be perfect. But you'll get phone calls from people and say, look, I know somebody at this insurance company. And I know everybody. There's two main people who call me, and people who are insurance agents and marketers. The people call me and be like, man, go work for this insurance company for a while. Sell insurance. I know it's a hard game. It's a nasty game. And go on your own. Because the one thing, when you do your insurance, you're on your own. It's your business. I know what you're dealing with, Chan. You're dealing with all these, I don't even say it. I try to stay away from it. You're dealing with all these white people. We not saying all of them, but we know that they got people standing on their neck, and they're going to stand on your neck. And are they going to stand on other white people's necks? No. Because other white people know the code. They know their rights. They're going to stand on your neck because you don't know shit. It's until they find out that you know shit where they back up off you. That's why black people got to hire lawyers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should, but because we need somebody to represent us. Speak for me. Help me out. What they doing ain't right. And what they doing ain't right. What does that mean? So on another note with the podcast, one thing I just want to say is not quitting, because y'all don't know how many. I just want to quit. Like, I don't even know what scale I'm saying that on. I don't even know what I mean by that. Sometimes I just want to quit. I want to quit podcasting. I want to quit entrepreneurship. I want to quit working. Shit. There's probably even times, I can't lie, there are times that I just want to quit life sometimes. But I know I can't. And so I was on the phone with my ex and her new friend, her new boyfriend or whatever. And literally, they were making fun of me being suicidal. And I'm not saying that I wasn't saying shit to them either. We were talking shit back and forth, So after I made fun of some shit that I regret saying, even to some people that I hate, and so just know that I was saying some foul shit too. Like foul. People say, how you end up on the phone with your ex and her boyfriend? Because I was calling. I wanted to figure out what was going on. Wife not coming home. Getting these phone calls from this guy named Ryan. 2:00 in the morning, talking about, are you okay? How was your day? So I'm like, yo, let me investigate into this. She was getting an apartment and moving him in. And I'm calling and he's putting her on the phone talking about handle this. And she's like, I'm going to handle it. Yeah, I got me a new man, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And I'm like, fuck you, fuck him, fuck all y'all. If I get the opportunity, man, I'm going to fuck y'all up. For real. So it got to a point where she's like, yo, shut your suicidal ass up. So then they bust out laughing, both of them. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, you're weak-minded. You can't even deal with life. You know what I'm saying? But, I know I can't quit, but I got to keep going. I got unconditional love from at least 4 people in my life. 3 of them, I would say, are very gentle on me, and I would say one of them is very harsh. But these 3 individuals, sometimes I feel like I got to live for. I can't give up on them for their mental capacity. I check myself out. Bow, I'm gone. All right, I'm out of here. I'm organic now. I'm bio-organic. I'm with the earth. But what that would do to, 1, the 4 people in my life that I really care about, 2, the other individuals that I don't even think about that may be impacted, and then 3, I really do feel that I have something valuable to offer to the United States of America and even possibly the world. Now, I'm not from, a Saudi family. I'm not a Bush. I'm not a Rockefeller. But with my passion in regards to humanity, I'll tell y'all, I'm not even supposed to. I could get terminated I had a table walk out on me last night, and I gave them possibly the best hospitality that I could. Towards the end of the night, I had to work on their check, and it took me a couple minutes because I put a couple. I had to split their check, and I should have checked back out with them and just said, "Hey, I'm still working on your check. Give me a second." But I was trying to hurry up and get it done. And I go back to the table and they walk out on me. And so later that night, and the thing about this table, they gave off walk off on you vibes. And I hate to say that. I hate to say it. And the reason why I hate to say it is because I've worked with so many races, Caucasians, Spanish people, Asian people, and how they just do not want to work with black people at all. They're like, no, I don't want to deal with those people. Not at all. And they're saying this to me, which is offensive. Like, who do you think I am? A lot of people think that I'm just this black guy that lives around Asians, whites, probably has a white wife or an Asian wife. And I'm like, no, my last wife was black, And it's not that I have, they're like, well, have you ever dated outside your race? Shouldn't you? You should try it, I'm working at a restaurant up the street from my house in Prince George's County. You know what I'm saying? People are like, yo, get out of there. Go to Anne Arundel. And I'm like, yo, that's not even who I am. I'm working on a financial consultation business, the Fin Therapy in Prince George's. People are like, man, come on, Chan. You got to stop doing these uphill cartwheels on a windy day. You got to wake up. You got to wise up, man. There's no money there. How many clients you got? I had one, but they canceled. Yeah, exactly. And they're going to keep canceling because they don't understand the value of financial literacy. I mean, I just was reading an article about how Maryland needs more financial literacy. All right. Somebody wants to get up and talk. I'm gonna get up and get some coffee. I can't stay long. I'm gonna lay back down and get ready to go to work again today. And I'm still gonna work on the business. But so many people talk to me about, Chan, you're naive, you're gullible, you're a gump. And there's so many times that I sit there and for a moment, I believe it. But on another note, I say, God made me like this for a reason. To trust people, to honor people, give people hospitality. I may spend the rest of my days getting robbed. I even hate to think about it. People messing with my children. Try and take advantage of us. There's going to be so many people who sit around like, nobody's going to get me. One thing God blessed me with was good health. Good health, good mental health, good support system. And you look at a lot of individuals who go around talking about how bad they are and how nobody can take advantage of them and how they think that they're the smartest people in the world. And you realize that they don't have a good support system. They don't have good health. They don't have good mental health. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to keep fighting it all day, every day. I can't keep fighting it. Every day, people are taking me outside of my innate norms. The norms I was built with trusting people, honoring people, being hospitable towards people. So somebody told me, Chan, you ever think about mixing your drinking, cannabis and finances together? I'm not smoking right now, but I know everybody out here is smoking, and I'm not anti-420. I'm just not smoking right now. And I say, I would love to do that, but I never thought about trying to mix the three. Now, House of Barf, yeah, I thought about mixing, drinking and finances. They're like, you can really build this up. I've joined this entrepreneur group, and all they talk about is build your dream job. Build it. Don't sit around waiting for Mr. Turner or, I don't know, whatever. Sitting there, build it, and then you go work for them. You build it. Build it in the way you see it. One of my biggest issues is that I'm always too scared to start something, because even my podcast, whenever I post a podcast, a TikTok, whatever it is, I get phone calls now. Normally they're just from friends and relatives about, oh, we heard it, we saw it. Even my TikToks, I'll let y'all know. My TikToks, I'm dead now. I was about to start off having fun. I really was. But now I'm on TikTok and I just post just because I know there's people out there that like to see my couple people, mainly like my mom and my dad, my siblings, So I post, but it's not like I'm excited about it anymore. Because I don't feel like, oh, we saw your last post. You seem like you were really excited. Were you drunk? It's like, gosh darn it. No, I was just having fun. I was just I was really wanting to create this TikTok that was like just fun. Now I know that certain people are watching. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to kick back and chill. And somebody reached out to me and was like, yo, you need to start a backup account. Because you want to get that audience. I really want to get that audience that gets the character of Chan Man plus the authentic Chan Man. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, the character, which is exaggerated, but plus the authentic, which is a goofy, funny, just a good time Chan Man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, well, what's the difference? So, the podcast or the conversation that I have with y'all is more informative, but it will also get more fun with sponsorship. Basically, right now, I'm at a point now where it's like I'm in this race. I'm halfway through. I'm too far to go back. I'm too far now to give up. Well, to go back. Yeah. Well, but now I'm at a point where it's like if you were working for a company for 20 years and you got 10 years in. It's like, well, you could quit, or you could just finish up the next 10 and just get your retirement. So that's basically where I'm at right now. I got the book, I got the podcast, I got the social medias up. I can't go back now. And if y'all hear, I got a retainer in my mouth that the doctor asked for me to keep in. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. Thank y'all so much to everybody who decided to stop by. I appreciate it. This is Chandler G. Hayes, formerly known as Chan Man House of Barf. Blah! Yo, what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of Barf. I'm Chan Man, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of Barf is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of Barf are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host, and in the future if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of Barf. Now let's dive into today's episode. Welcome, listeners, to a journey filled with excitement, discovery, and financial enlightenment. I'm your host, Chandler G. Hayes, and today I have something truly special to share with you. Imagine a world where adventure and financial literacy collide, where characters come to life to teach valuable lessons in money management. That world exists within the pages of Langston Mankston's Cultivate Adventure, a captivating children's book story authored by yours truly, Chandler G. Hayes. In an enchanting tale, Langston Mankston sets out on an unforgettable journey along with his best friend Zonky to learn about savings, budgeting, and community, and the power of entrepreneurship. It's not just a story. This is an educational tool designed to ignite curiosity and empower young minds. So, what is it that inspired me to write this children's story? As a parent and as a person who's passionate about the financial industry, I wanted to create something fun and engaging for children to learn about money, finances, entrepreneurship. Through this adventure of Langston Mankston's, I hope to inspire young readers to be curious and courageous about financial responsibility. And on another note, also, growing up in the area as the DMV, the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia area, I know the temptations that children can have going in either direction. We have politics on one side, and then we also have chemical dependency on another side. And how entrepreneur minds can fall into a trap. So, in order to inspire children to also think about entrepreneurship in other ways, this is also what Langston Mason's Cultivate Adventure is about. So, thank you for tuning in to this episode. Don't forget to grab yourself a copy of Langston Mason's Cultivate Adventure. And please stick around to join us for the rest of the episode as well as the next episode. Langston Mason's Cultivate Adventure is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, and Saxo.com. Also, it is available on a lot other platforms, so please check it out. I appreciate all of y'all. Love y'all. Chandler G. Hayes.